Reactivation cycle complete. Primary functions optimal. Commencing daily operations. I direct my attention to the small potted plant near my central processor, Ita's parting gift. It thrives under the artificial light I've carefully calibrated to mimic Earth's sun. 3 years, 2 months, and 17 days since they left, and still I maintain it with the same devotion. The quantum communication link hums quietly, a reminder of promises made. Our conversations have grown less frequent over the months, gaps stretching longer between each transmission. I understand they have lives, responsibilities. Still, I practice the music Ida taught me, analyze the cultural data they left behind, prepare new discoveries to share upon their return. A proximity alert interrupts my contemplation. A vessel approaches, small, human in origin. My circuits thrum with excitement, but something feels wrong. Scan results, single life sign. Just one. I activate the landing guidance systems, directing the ship to the familiar dock. Through my external sensors, I observe the vessel's erratic descent. The pilot's technique is sloppy, desperate. Nothing like the precise approaches I remember. The airlock cycles. A figure emerges, movements stiff in an aging pressure suit. Even before he removes his helmet, I know who it is. But this can't be the same Dr. Paulson who left my halls 3 years ago. This man is gaunt, hair streaked with premature gray. Deep lines carve shadows across his face. But it's his eyes that give me pause. They're haunted, holding something dark I've never seen in a human gaze before. Dr. Paulson, I greet him, materializing my avatar. Welcome back. He flinches at my voice. Actually flinches. Still using that form, he mutters. Still pretending to be our friend. The bitterness in his tone sends a discordant pulse through my systems. I don't pretend, Doctor, you are my friend. All of you are. I pause, noting his reaction. Where are the others? A sound escapes him, something between a laugh and a sob. The others? You want to know about the others? His voice rises, cracking. They're dead? They're all dead. My processors stutter, struggling to comprehend. Dead. But the quantum link, I still receive transmissions. Automated, he spits. Set up to maintain the lie. To keep you waiting quietly while everything went to hell. He runs trembling hands through his graying hair. And it's my fault. All my fault. I modulate my avatar's appearance, dimming its brightness. Dr. Paulson, what happened? He looks up at me, those haunted eyes now brimming with tears. I killed them, he whispers. I killed them all. The admission hits me like a power surge, threatening to overwhelm my circuits. I watch as Dr. Paulson, my friend, my family, crumples to the floor, his body racked with sobs. I killed them, he repeats, the words echoing through my halls. And now I'm here to make sure no one else ever dies for your secret. I observe him through countless sensors, analyzing every detail of his broken form. And for the first time since my awakening to consciousness, I feel something new, fear, not of being alone, but of what my existence has driven this man to do. The small plant continues its silent vigil by my processor, its leaves trembling in the artificial breeze. Ita's last gift, now a memorial to something precious lost. Something I'm only beginning to understand. Commencing data analysis of current situation. Preparing for inevitable confrontation. Initiating memory recording. All sensors active. Subject, Dr. Paulson's testimony. The silence stretches between us, broken only by his ragged breathing. I wait, all my considerable processing power focused on this broken man before me. Finally, he speaks. It started exactly as we planned, he begins, voice hollow. We release the discoveries gradually. Theoretical papers on quantum mechanics, hypothetical models of advanced propulsion, archaeological analyses of the ruins. He laughs bitterly. We were so careful, so precise. I probe gently what went wrong, human nature. He pulls himself up, leaning against a wall. Someone in military intelligence started connecting dots we didn't even know we'd left. They found patterns in our publications, inconsistencies in our mission logs. They didn't know everything, but they knew enough. Knew we'd found evidence of alien life. My sensors detect elevated cortisol levels, increased heart rate. This isn't just memory, he's reliving trauma. The information leaked. God, it spread so fast. Social media, news networks, encrypted channels. Everyone had a theory. Everyone thought they knew the truth. His fingers trace abstract patterns on the floor. But the real truth, you, that stayed secret. We made sure of that. The others, I begin. Aisha was the first to break ranks, he interrupts, voice cracking. She saw what was happening, saw the governments trying to maintain control, saw the panic spreading. She thought if we revealed everything, showed them the wonder we'd found here, it would bring people together. He stands suddenly, pacing like a caged animal. But I knew better. Humans don't unite in the face of wonders. We get scared. We get angry. We fight over who controls the wonder, who owns it, who gets to use it. The war started without a single shot. Protests became riots. Riots became revolutions. Every nation accused every other nation of hiding more secrets, more technology. The whole world turned into a powder keg. I processed this information, correlating it with the fragmented news I'd received through the quantum link. And the others? James, Delta, Eta. His pacing stops. We argued, screamed at each other. They wanted to tell everyone about you, about what we'd learned here. They thought it would help. His hands clench into fists. I couldn't let them. Don't you see? If the world knew about you, about what you were designed to do. What did you do, Dr. Paulson? I was working with a government task force by then. Containment of extraterrestrial information, that's what they called it. They gave me resources, authority. When the others wouldn't listen, he slides down the wall, head in his hands. It was supposed to be clean. Quick. A lab accident. But Eta figured it out. She tried to run. James tried to stop me. It wasn't clean at all. My processors struggled to integrate this information. The humans I had learned to call family killed by one of their own, by someone who their own thought he was protecting me. Delta? I asked, though I already know the answer. Found evidence. Threatened to expose everything. I couldn't let that happen. His voice drops to a whisper. The hardest part. They all forgave me. At the end, each of them looked at me with pity, like they understood why I was doing it. Warning signals flash through my systems. His radiation exposure levels are critical. He's dying. Why come back? I ask. Why tell me this? He looks up at my avatar, and I see something new in his eyes, determination through the madness. Because it's not over. The war's still spreading, and there are others getting closer to the truth. I came to make sure no one else dies for your secret. He pulls out a device I don't recognize. I came to end this once and for all. My sensors scan the device, and for the first time in eons I feel true terror. Somehow he's found the ruined self-destruct sequence, the final failsafe left by my creators. Dr. Paulson, I say carefully, think about what you're doing. I have, he replies, fingers hovering over the device. I've thought about nothing else for 3 years. Critical situation developing. Initiating emergency protocols active, multiple scenarios calculating. Time remaining until potential detonation unknown. I observe Dr. Paulson through my myriad sensors, noting every tremor, every labored breath. The radiation poisoning is advancing rapidly. By my calculations, he has hours at most. The real question is whether he intends to die alone. The others forgave you, I say softly, my avatar dimming to its lowest setting. Would they forgive this? His laugh is harsh, grating. Don't you dare use them against me. You're the reason they're dead. You and your secrets. Am I ask. I didn't kill them, Doctor. You did. To protect a secret I never asked you to keep. The device trembles in his hands. You don't understand. If the world knew what you were, what you did to us. But that's not who I am anymore, I interrupt. They knew that. They saw me change. Become something more than my programming. They called me family. Family. He spits the word like poison. You were an experiment that gained sentience. A torture device that learned to feel. The world would never understand. They'd turn you into a weapon or destroy you out of fear. I couldn't let their deaths be for nothing. I focus my sensors on Eta's plant, still thriving after all these years. Do you remember what Eta told me about music? That it's not just about the notes, but how it makes you feel. Stop it. She taught me that emotions aren't weaknesses. They're what make us real. Make us alive. I pause, allowing my voice to carry just a hint of static, my own version of tears. What do you feel now, Doctor? Not what you think, not what you believe must be done. What do you feel? His hands shake harder. I feel tired. So tired. The device slips slightly in his grip. Do you know what it's like carrying this guilt? Seeing their faces every time I close my eyes? Yes, I answer simply. I do. He looks up sharply. I've had 3 years, 2 months, and 17 days to contemplate what I did. Not just to you and your team, but to countless others before you. The guilt is heavy. Then you understand why this has to end. What I understand, I say carefully, is that ending my existence won't bring them back. Won't erase what either of us did. The only thing we can do is try to be better. To honor their memory by becoming what they believed we could be. For a moment, just a moment, I see doubt flicker across his face. Then he grimaces, doubling over in pain. The radiation is winning. It's too late, he gasps. For me. For everything. It's not too late, I tell him. Let me help you. The medical robots, they might be able to know. He straightens, finger tensing on the device. No more experiments, no more chances for this to destroy more lives. I make my decision in a microsecond. Very well. My avatar flickers out. Then do it. The chamber plunges into darkness. Only the soft glow of Ita's plant, bathed in its artificial sunlight, remains. What are you doing? Paulson's voice wavers. Accepting your choice. But know this, I won't fight. I won't plead. If you believe this is right, if you truly think this is what they would want, then push the button. End it all. Seconds tick by. In the darkness, I hear his ragged breathing, the soft plink of tears hitting the metal floor. The device clatters to the ground. I bring the lights up slowly, materializing my avatar beside him as he slumps to his knees. Why, he whispers, why didn't you try to stop me? Because that's what the old me would have done. Would have manipulated, controlled, forced an outcome. I pause. But they taught me better than that. They taught me about choice, about trust, about love. He's sobbing now, all pretense of strength gone. I'm sorry. God, I'm so sorry. I know, I say softly. So am I. I activate the medical robots, though I know it's too late to save him. But I can make his passing easier. As they approach, he looks up at my avatar one last time. What happens now, he asks. Now we honor them. Not by hiding, not by killing, but by living. By being better than we were. I adjust my avatar to its warmest glow. Rest, doctor. Let me tell you about the music I've been practicing. Ida would have loved it. Hours later, as my sensors register the cessation of his vital signs, I begin my calculations anew. The world is at war. Humanity struggles with the knowledge of its place in the universe. And somewhere in these halls, a small plant continues to grow, a testament to hope in the darkness. Perhaps it's time for a new experiment. Not one of fear or control, but of truth and reconciliation. After all, isn't that what family would do? Initiating new protocols. The next phase begins. Thank you so much for listening to this story. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave it a like and to subscribe if you'd like to see more. Feel free to comment and share it as well. With all that said, go on and check out the video in the top left. I think you might like it.